All right, this month's square is going to be the Havok square. If you want a quick get her done type project, this is it. I would say they take me about an hour to make, and I can just throw some small bits of yarn into my project bag, and these ones I actually did while I was in Mexico. And I don't have exact yardage, but I know that with 2 cakes I can make about 8. So as far as what yarn should you use, you can use any scraps. If you are planning to make a blanket with your squares, just be sure to use the same there goes my processor, just skipped. Be sure to use the same weight of yarn throughout your thing. You're going to want on these X stitch rounds a contrasting yarn. So you'll want at least 2 colors. I like to go ahead and grab 2 different cakes. You do not need to make 8 different squares. You can. I have a project in mind, so that's why I wanted to see how many I could get from a set of cakes. You can use it as a scrap project. I have a series of squares. Some are released and some aren't yet, and will be by the end of the year. And they will all end on the same stitch count for easy joining if you do want to make a fun scrappy blanket or something along that line. So each of my squares will line up together, and they should be roughly the same size. They should have a stretch to them, so when you join them, if they are within a 1/2 inch, depending on how you do your join, they should work out just fine if you're making a blanket. And those are tips that I can go over a little bit later on. I also, if you would like to do 1 cake for my Arundel blanket, this is another mandala, I split the blue and the pink, and you can see get the general effect here of taking 1 cake and splitting it into 2. I would love to see some scrappy squares done with this stuff. Oh, and I also have some of this Karen cotton cakes because I do plan to make some trivet / not pot holders, but trivets, the things that you put hot stuff on when it comes out of the oven. So I cannot wait to see what you make. Please tag me or duet me, stitch whatever, so that I can see all your lovely makes. Happy hooking.